radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question or comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station at irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com. That's right, you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio here on irlonestar.com live worldwide and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. This is Dick Schishler with Mornings of Lone Star. If you're hearing my voice, that means we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Just look up Lone Star Community Radio. Today is a continuation of our celebration of the Woodlands. If you didn't know, coming up in October, they're going to be celebrating 50 years being on this planet as a town or a ship or whatever they want to call themselves this week. And in the studio, we're going to be talking about a cool day they have. Before we jump into it, I want to remind everybody I have links to all the stuff we're going to be talking about today, and especially with the 50th anniversary, because there is a lot going on starting October 14th of next month. And then today, we're going to be talking about Tuesday, October 15th, the Day of Giving. And in the studio with me, I have Missy Herndon with the Interfaith of the Woodlands, and I'm going to learn all about Interfaith of the Woodlands because clearly I misunderstood exactly what it is because I was talking to Missy before we started this program, and I'm going to tell you, I was somewhat off, but I think a lot of people are going to learn that I was in the same boat, right, Missy? Would you agree with that?
That's right, absolutely. Constantly educating people on Interfaith.
Well, it's funny is I do have family living in the Woodlands, and I've heard of Interfaith. I just assumed it was the oldest church there was in the Woodlands because it was created in part with the guy who created the Woodlands.
That's right.
But I was way off, and I want to let people know, go to the website. I put a link to their website, Interfaith of the Woodlands, because you're going to learn real quickly I was way off, but not real off because they're there to serve the community of all faiths, but not just faith-based communities, people. It's just the community in general.
That's correct.
And because I guess that's what you could just tell me because you just help people who live in the community over there in all aspects.
That's correct. Yes, all aspects of the community. So we were created by George Mitchell.
Okay.
Initially created as the Woodlands Religious Communities, Inc.
Okay.
As Mr. Mitchell had his huge master plan of what he would like the Woodlands to look like as it grew.
Okay.
His goal was to ensure that all the families that would be coming in from all the different places as he built his new community would have a spiritual home. So he initially charged the Woodlands Religious Communities, Inc. to basically bring in congregations of all faiths to be in all of those different places on the master plan that he wanted places of worship. That was how we started. Within about a year, they changed our name to Interfaith of the Woodlands, and I will tell you, we get confusion on that all the time. You know, are you a church? What is your denomination? And so, no, we are
people
actually
are weirdly picky
made up
on that stuff.
Yes, made up of a diverse group of faiths, and
not just Christianity.
Yeah, nope, all faiths.
Yeah,
yes.
You got to clarify around here. What when you talk about faith. It's like, there's Buddhists out there, guys.
Absolutely. And
they're taking over Conroe.
the Jewish community.
Yeah.
We have mosques that are involved, multi-religions. And the goal was really to ensure that the spiritual community thrived so that as families moved in, they found a spiritual home of whatever that diverse faith of whatever their choosing was. That's how Interfaith started. But as families started to move in and human needs started to grow, basically at that time, the Woodlands Development Company, now Howard Hughes, handled all this, the infrastructure, if you will, and they really passed over all the software of the community, human needs over to Interfaith to help that thrive. And that's today we are a full-fledged social service agency serving the community with basic needs.
I mean, and what's unfortunate about that word basic needs to me is when talking to an individual, I think a lot of individuals don't know what their basic needs are. if that makes sense. Like they haven't really put like, oh, this is the most vital thing, but this also I need help in. But then it even gets worse when they're like, oh, I don't know if I need help. Like I didn't even think anyone would help with that kind of need.
Absolutely.
And what it sounds like you guys do, everyone just needs to check them out because you'll help everybody.
We do. We help everybody in a variety of different ways.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Right. I mean, if you think about basic needs, food, water, clothing, shelter, those are things that we help folks with every single day that are in crisis. But the really wonderful thing about Interfaith is not only is it a place where you can send people who are in need, but it's also a place where people can come together to serve. Mm-hmm. And that could be from their spiritual community because they're connected to a congregation that wants to serve. It could be that them and their friends or their family, are looking for volunteer opportunities and ways to serve the community. And so that's how all of our programs were born out of community need. And I'll give an example. Back in the late 70s, when there were no Mother's Day Out programs, they came to Interfaith, and we created the very first child development center of the Woodlands, which is still thriving today. We'll be
That's considered a family service. So like on your website, if I go there, that would be under...
The Child Development Center is actually its own. It
really is.
Yep. Mm-hmm. We have 345 kiddos from 18 months to transition to kindergarten that are served through the school.
Interfaithkids.org.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's one of our many programs. But a really good example of a family service would be our food pantry, for instance, where people that are in need of food or potentially, who are on free and reduced lunch at school and need help with food over the weekend. For seniors that aren't able to get to us, we deliver groceries to them from our food pantry. Oh, wow. And we'll serve over 2,000 individuals, 2,000 neighbors a month in our food pantry.
Yeah, because, on the website, they'll tell you a little bit about how to donate, what you're looking for, but also how to receive it. Mm-hmm. And then you have 2 community vegetable gardens, it looks like.
We do. We have 2 community gardens.
And so it's an ongoing, this is an everyday operation kind of thing.
Every day. So most of the things that you see on the website are things that we're doing every single day. So basically, people come in, let's just say they're in crisis. What does that mean? It could be that they've had a job loss. It could be that they're working, but all of a sudden they have a major medical expense or a home repair, or their car broke down. They're trying to figure out, okay, do I pay my rent or do I get my car fixed because I don't have money to do both? Our goal is to help them through that crisis. So they call, they make an appointment, they come in, and then we talk to them about whatever the situation is. We'll put money toward their rent or mortgage. We'll put money toward their utility bills. So to free up money, so we'll pay those bills for them to help them free up their money so that they can take care of their car, so they can use their car to get to work, right? Or get them through that kind of short-term crisis that month with the goal of them getting their net paycheck, and they just get right back into the cycle of taking care of being independent and self-sufficient. That's our goal. We do the same thing with seniors in the area.
That's amazing. Yeah, because y'all, there's so much y'all do. And I'm looking up over on 536 Sawdust Road, y'all have a shop.
We do.
And it's a hand-me-up shop, which I imagine that's open to the public.
It is.
And basically all the proceeds go to help Interfaith. Is it like a resale shop, basically, like clothes and everything?
It's clothes,
you got any pearl snaps there? I've been that's my new thing, is I like to go to the places like this and just get pearl snaps. Even if they're like the craziest looking shirts, I'm like, I need to get pearl snaps.
We have, you wouldn't believe some of the donations we get in.
I need to check it out.
We have a very giving community, very generous community. We get a lot of things that are new with tags. We get a lot of beautiful designer things. Yeah. You got it at the Hand-Me-Up shop?
Not yours.
At a resale shop?
At a resale shop.
Yeah, we get the most amazing.
I think it was the Assistant League over here.
We get the most amazing things. People are very, very generous. We do pickups for people that are donating furniture. And if you donate furniture, you can give other things as well. We will have over 1,000 unique donors a month that just come and bring things to the shop, or you can donate at Interfaith. And the really great thing about the Interfaith Hand-Me-Up shop is not only when people, we sell gently used things or brand new things at reduced costs, but all the proceeds come back to Interfaith. But if you're in need, and let's say you need an outfit for a job interview, or every child that comes through our school supplies program, they all get a voucher. You can go in and pick out things for free. So if you're in need, you're able to get.
So it works both ways. I like that. Now, okay, here's I guess it's one important question with 2 aspects to it. So you do not have to be living in the Woodlands area to receive any help.
That's correct. We are zip code restricted.
Okay.
And so we serve all of South Montgomery County.
Okay. Whose rule is that? Is that the Interfaith's rule, or is that like a legal rule? I'm just curious because it's always something. You know?
It is. So it's in Interfaith bylaws in our service area. It's very common with community assistance ministries or social service agencies to be zip code restricted.
Oh, that's right, because there's other ones around here.
There are, absolutely.
Okay.
And we work very closely with
And we
them.
don't need a gang war in this area.
No, you know, everyone's really great.
I'm just kidding.
Everyone collaborates, which is really nice. And we actually work a lot together. So let's say a need comes in that's greater than what Interfaith could pay. Like, I'll give you an example. We will, if someone's in crisis and they come to us, we'll give them $500 toward their rent or mortgage. But let's say they have more or they're going through eviction, then we'll work with other agencies to come together to really help.
Yeah.
And so we always say better together. So collectively between different congregations, during social service agencies coming together to, help, particularly with an extenuating circumstance. Let's say somebody's really, really ill and fell behind. We want them to stay housed. So how can we help this family stay housed?
What's about making it work? It sounds like Interfaith tries to make it work. And then, so the other aspect to that question is, can anyone volunteer get involved from around the county?
Anywhere in the county.
Anywhere in the county.
Absolutely.
As long as you show up on time.
That's right. Absolutely. We put
So
you to work.
you could be anywhere.
We have very little parameters around volunteering. We need extra hands. We serve thousands and thousands of people a week, and we need hands to be able to do that. If you talk to any nonprofit, most of us are able to survive and serve because of the work of many. And so we're grateful for volunteers. So
we're going to transition over to the reason you're really in here today, because I know it's Interfaith of the Woodlands is a cool spot. It sounds like I'm amazed. I had no idea. I'm so glad I was educated on that today. But you're going to come in and talk about the 50th anniversary of the Woodlands. And on Tuesday, October 15th, that is dedicated as the Day of Giving for Interfaith. And so tell me do you know anything that's going on with that? Because on the website, it just says like, we're the first nonprofit organization in the history of the community is Interfaith. Cool. Is that like you want people to give you a lot of money that day, or is it you're out in the community?
We're going to be doing all of the above.
Okay.
So we're really excited that the Woodlands 50th anniversary, which they've been celebrating all year, is kind of culminating with this really amazing week of all these different activities.
Yeah, it's wild.
And we're grateful that, yes, as the hometown nonprofit created by Mr. Mitchell, that they've chosen to do this Day of Giving exclusively with Interfaith of the Woodlands.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be a variety of ways that people can serve or give back in honor of the celebration of the Woodlands 50th. So this Day of Giving, which will be launched in the next week on all of the website and all the platforms.
Yeah, social medias.
Yes.
I put y'all's Facebook and
all going
Instagram
to be out. There's
off.
going to be a whole webpage that's exclusively just talking about this really amazing Day of Giving. And our goal is for people to really look within themselves and do they want to serve and have time to serve that day. There'll be volunteer opportunities.
Well, you know what day it is? The 15th,
It's the
people.
15th.
So you got 2 weeks notice before you tell your job you're going to take a day off.
That's right. But what we're doing is a good big community-wide food drive, because food is something that everybody can give. Whether you go into your pantry and grab a can, or run to the grocery store and get a bag, or do a food drive within your corporation or congregation or your neighborhood or with your kids or whatever you choose to do. Fill up your trunks, fill up your cars, and we're going to be doing a big party in the parking lot at Interfaith of the Woodlands from 9 to 4 that day. People can just drive through. We'll get everything out for you. If you want a donation receipt, we can give you that as well. We'll have some
people that want a receipt?
Yeah, for like their donations.
Like, they wanted to prove they donated stuff?
No,
Or is this like a tax thing?
It's a tax
okay.
thing.
I was like,
Yeah.
man, that's kind of weird. It's like, give me a sticker to vote.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool. Yeah, I voted, guys.
Motivated. People are motivated for all different reasons. But the great thing about the food drive, and this is why we chose this project, is everybody can participate. Whether you're 2 years old, you can drive through with your little kids and they can hand in a can.
Oh, cool.
Right? You can grab it from your pantry, or you can go and make it really big and make a big purchase.
So that's the
at
big
the
thing y'all
store.
are doing.
That's the
You
big
said
one.
from 9 a.m. to 4
4
p.m.?
is going to be all day
in
long.
the parking lot of Interfaith at the
In the
Woodlands
parking lot,
location.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And it's just donating food.
Donating food. And then
Okay.
along with that, there's also a variety of volunteer opportunities that you can do throughout that day or throughout the month. And so what will be on that web starts
Well, this is a day. Okay, I'm giving you a day. It says
You gotta
a day.
serve. You serve. You serve.
But I'm only doing
all
one
month.
day. Okay, and that's October 15th.
It is.
That's one day.
It's one day, but they are encouraging everybody to serve throughout the month because there's a lot of people in the Woodlands area that we hope will want to honor the Woodlands
They have
50th.
nothing going on.
Everyone's got a lot
They're
going
bored.
on.
So get them in over here.
Put them to work. We're
Yeah.
putting you to work.
So that sounds really cool, especially with just the general idea of that day. And it did. I mean, when you look at the full week they're doing, there's a purpose for every day.
Every day,
And
yes.
I'm glad that they gave one day for the day of giving because you got to remind like people live in this community are all walks of life and they're going through all different periods of life too.
Yes.
So I think that's really cool.
Yes. So you'll have opportunities to volunteer that day at the food drive, with our seniors over at the South County Community Center where we serve a hot meal every day and do activities. Over at our hand-me-up shop that you talked about,
Yeah.
we'll be looking for about 50 volunteers to volunteer that day there. Over at our garden. So we have a variety of opportunities that day. But like I said, there's going to be opportunities on that website for the entire month that if that day doesn't work for you, you can still serve in honor of the Woodlands 50th. Yes,
Look at that.
because the community was built on this spirit of generosity that was from the very beginning. When you think about Mr. Mitchell and Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, Cynthia Woods Mitchell, and even the pavilion and all the wonderful ways that they give, all the arts and all the ways that the Mitchells gave back from the very, very beginning, even starting an organization like Interfaith, whose
I bet it
sole
was his
purpose-
wife the whole time.
I
He's
don't
like,
know. I
he's
think
like,
both
no,
of them
I
were
just want to
pretty
live
generous.
on the beach, and she's like, no, you got to do this for the community. No, I want to be on the beach. No,
When you think about them as a couple, they chose to start Interfaith, whose truly our sole purpose is to love and care for the community.
Yeah.
And that's pretty remarkable when you think about having the vision, understanding that at some point the Woodlands would have over 100,000 people, that there needed to be an organization there to take care of the people. It's very unique. We feel like that's what makes not only the Woodlands, but Montgomery County is a very caring county. You've so many wonderful nonprofits and congregations who are out there giving and loving on people. And they take care of each other. The neighbors take care of each other. And so this is just one day to highlight that generosity.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, that website for Interfaith of the Woodlands is woodlandsinterfaith.org. I believe it's woodlandsinterfaith.org. I put the link down there. And then follow their social media for all the upcoming, that specific day, but also everything else going on for, like, say, the month. And there's so much on your website. It's insane. So if I would, do you have like a phone number? And because I think what happens with a lot of people who need help, they don't know really how to navigate to talk to somebody who can actually help them, because it might be like, oh, hey, I'm hesitant because it's going to take me 10 days or 10 years to figure this out. So do you have like a simple way for people just to find out if you can fill their need?
Yes. So you can call Interfaith, which is 281-367-1230. And no matter where you reside and what your need is, you can call and just say, I need help, and tell us what you need help with. If you are outside of our zip code, we will refer you to the place like Interfaith in your community.
Like the one here in Conroe is you're talking, is it?
It's Community Assistance Center, and they actually serve the whole county. And they're very similar in the fact that, they have a wonderful food pantry. And
They got a
have
better
resale
lawyer. They
shop.
could do whatever they want.
Well, and the goal too would be like, if you have a food pantry that's, call it half a mile from you, we don't want you
Yeah.
to be wasting gas coming all the way to
True.
the Woodlands. And they're a wonderful organization. There's so many amazing organizations. If you're in need of food, go to the Montgomery County Food Bank website. You can put your zip code in and you can see the food pantry that's closest to you if you happen not to be close to Interfaith. We don't turn anybody away for food. So if you show up at our door and you need food, I don't care where you're from, you will get food. And then you'll get resources for whatever the challenges are. We also operate the local Workforce Solutions office right here in Conroe at 336
Yeah, I
and
know those guys.
945. That's an Interfaith office. And so those are people that are there to help you get jobs, help you with resumes,
Yeah.
help you get placed.
Like you really do help the community in all
Well,
aspects.
We try. We live in a great community, and we're really happy to be able to serve it
So far,
so far.
we don't know. After the 50th, it might go just downhill.
No way. It's just going to keep growing. It's going to keep growing.
That's what I always laugh
Or at least
about
people keep moving here.
these kind of celebrations. It's like, oh, 50. I mean, there's got to be a point where you just kind of cut it out, right? Like,
Oh, people keep coming, which is great. And you think about something that started so small. When Interfaith started, it was the first 1,200 families were just moving in. And our founding executive director went and visited every single family and started finding out what community needs were.
Yeah.
And so we try to kind of keep that, if you will, small-time spirit still there. The really great thing is in this county, when you need help, there are places to go to help you. And that is very unique, particularly in this day and age, that there are organizations out there that just want to serve. And Interfaith is one of many in this county.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Missy, thank you so much for coming in. And guys, we're probably going to continue about the Woodlands 50th because it all starts, I believe, October 12th. Let me look. 14th. Monday. It's Monday.
Yes.
And it goes, there's so much stuff going on that week. It's going to be, there's going to be one cranky old dude just going, there's too many things going on in this town. Because they're really, especially when the fireworks go off. But yeah, check out the website. I put a link to the 50th anniversary about what's going on in the Woodlands. Missy, I hope you have a wonderful day for the rest of the day today.
Thank you for having me, Dick. I appreciate it.
Listeners, if you ever want to be on the show, let us know. If you want to reach out to Interfaith of the Woodlands, don't forget all the information's down below. I'm going to get back to the music, so stick around. We got more live programming today, and check us out, Lone Star Community Radio. We'll be back.
501c3 that repairs and gives away cars for free to single moms,